Okay, hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Welcome to the latest in our Give Sign Up webinar series. This is a part of our fall webinar series with Give Sign Up. And today we will be going over donation forms using Give Sign Up. So my name's Amanda Sweet. I am one of the Give Sign Up sales reps, along with Chris and Jake on our Give Sign Up sales teams. We have, hosted a series of webinars before this one today, and we have a few upcoming. So make sure you check out our Give Sign Up fall webinar series to learn more about Give Sign Up. And we will each kind of take turns doing these webinars. I can tell you that if you have been on a webinar with Chris, you're going to need to lower your expectations for me and the humor that I will be providing today. Just wanted to get that out of the way, that I will not be up to Chris's humor, but hopefully you'll all learn a little something about Give Sign Up donation forms and how we can help your nonprofit save some time and raise money. So our agenda for today is just going to really be going over Give Sign Up and the donation forms that we offer and what those donation forms look like and how you can use them, and also what some of the key features are to Give Sign Up's donation forms. And I'll show you an example of what those forms look like and what they look like to the donors and supporters of your nonprofit who are going in there and making a donation. And then I'll also kind of show you quickly how easy it is to set up a donation form and get that up and running for your nonprofit. And we will open it up for questions at the end. So really, a donation form is a simple, elegant page for general or one-time or recurring donations. So this is the form where your donors and supporters are going to go to make an online donation to your nonprofit. And there are various ways in which donation forms can be used on Give Sign Up. You can create a general donation form that just lives in your website throughout the year for when people want to go online and make a donation to your nonprofit. So that's kind of one element of a general donation form. And then you can also highlight some specific information with customized donation forms. So for example, today I'll be going over what a Giving Tuesday donation form will look like. You could have a capital campaign donation form, and this would be able to highlight some specific messaging for your board. For example, if you wanted to encourage your board to make a donation to your nonprofit and really use some good targeted messaging specific to those people. Or you could highlight, a specific time frame or a campaign for your nonprofit. So for example, and I'll be using this later, if you know that July is National Parks and Recreation Month and you are serving as the person, tasked with raising money for the month of July for your state park or national park, you could come up with a donation form specific for that event. There are a lot of really great key features to Give Sign Up's donation forms that really helps us to stand apart. First and foremost, with Give Sign Up's donation forms, they're highly customizable. We realize how important it is for your nonprofit to continue to engage with your supporters. And the way to do that is to really streamline the donation experience for your supporters. So you want to carry over your nonprofit's colors, your mission messaging, your logo, as much that you can bring in from your nonprofit as this supporter is making a donation, just helps them to feel engaged with the mission that they're choosing to support. And in conjunction with that, Give Sign Up offers these really clean, modern, beautiful, customizable donation confirmation emails. I think everybody knows now that when you make a donation or buy something online, you're looking out for that customized email that says thank you, that maybe explains a little bit about what that donation means to the nonprofit, and having that be able to be customizable and coming straight from your nonprofit is just important to supporters. We also, you have the opportunity to copy the code of your donation form directly into the donation button that already lives on your nonprofit's website. So you can, immediately drop that in and have the donations start going into GiveSignup's forms. Or you can also use it as a link in an email campaign that you're doing. So in the example for the July National Parks and Recreation Month in July, if you do an email marketing campaign asking people for donations that month, include the link to the customized donation form specific to the Parks and Recreation donation campaign, and it just provides a better experience for your donors. I think it's also important to note that GiveSignup allows you the opportunity to apply your custom domain or subdomain to this donation form. This is important for building customer confidence and making sure that your donors know that this donation that they are making to your nonprofit is going directly to the mission that you're supporting. So being able to kind of update the domain so that it reflects your nonprofit in a better way is important for us at GiveSignup. And then we also have really great reports that are going to allow you to track these funds. And that's just going to give you the opportunity to see exactly, which forms are creating which donations and who's donating what and when, and you can pull that in real time at any time throughout a campaign or with a form. And another nice feature of that is you can create emails for yourself. So if you want to know and be alerted with a notification email each time someone donates, say $500 to your nonprofit, you can set that up, and then you would be able to give that donor a quick call to steward and cultivate that higher level donor. So just a lot of ways that we want to make sure that you as a nonprofit are able to engage with your supporters, increase your donations, and meet your fundraising and donation goals. And then just to quickly note, we won't be going over these upgrades today because we want to focus on donation forms, but there is always the ability to upgrade for free to a full donation website with cover pages that are fully customizable, in addition to a donation form on GiveSignup. You can have integrated fundraising campaigns where you allow your supporters to fundraise on your behalf. That would also include the integrated fee Facebook fundraising. So there's a lot of other ways that the donation forms can be upgraded. Today, we're just going to focus on those, but just know that that's an option as well. So that's really what we're going to be looking at today. And next, I just want to show you what a donation form on GiveSignup looks like. So if I were to go into making a donation, I have this fake nonprofit and it's called Everytown Square. And I am looking to raise money during Giving Tuesday for my local park. And as you can see on this donation form, I've brought in the color scheme directly from my nonprofit. I have my logo highlighted. I have a specific call to action to make a donation for Giving Tuesday for the Everytown Square, our campaign. And this messaging is all customizable, really asking what the need is, why you're looking for donations, and why this mission is important. And then we offer donation levels, which we know are important to donors so that they can really quickly and easily click on one of these buttons to make a donation that's maybe a little bit more than they would if they were typing in the donation that they're making. And again, these are all customizable to fit your needs. The names of these donation levels can be customized however works for you. You would have the opportunity to add in a little bit of information. We know it's important to be able to see, what your donation is going to be supporting. So in this case, maybe you want to highlight that $100 donation is going to purchase a hanging flower basket in every town square. So, okay, I guess I'll do the $100. I'm going to make it one time, but GiveSignup gives the option to have these be recurring in various intervals, monthly, quarterly, or annually. I'm going to make this donation on behalf of my grandma because she has really taught me to love parks and flowers and being outside. And I just think it's nice. It's a nice way to engage with your supporters to see what's making them make that donation. And then some other options that are available to you on a donation form would be to designate the donation where you would like to see your money go. And again, this is, you can choose to have these designations or not. You can choose to use these levels or not. Everything is really customizable to how best fits your nonprofit. In this case, I would like my donation to go to the flowers at the park. And this brings us to this really nice kind of donation checkout screen that's going to explain exactly what I'm donating here, $100, which is the gold level, in honor of my grandma. And it also shows here the processing fee that is a part of using GiveSignup. So there are no setup or recurring fees for using donation forms on GiveSignup. This processing fee covers the GiveSignup fee and the credit card fees. And our suggestion with donations is to offer your supporters to cover this fee. And that will be a flat 4% across all donations. So here, I'm gonna choose to pay the processing fee so that the $100 goes directly to every town square. Put in my information, which is a fake credit card number, and I'm gonna make my payment to every town square. And as you can see, you have the option to include social sharing, which is important. I'm going to brag to everybody that I made this really generous donation today and encourage my friends and family to do the same. And then there's even customizable buttons on this checkout page that would allow you to take your supporter back to your website to learn more about your nonprofit. So that's really how you would walk through making a donation on a GiveSignup donation form. It's really clean, it's really nice, and it really allows you as the nonprofit to tie in your mission at a lot of different areas with your supporters. And I can now kind of go into exactly how you would set up a donation form. So for those of you that have used RunSignup or GiveSignup before, you're familiar with this page. This will bring you to your dashboard where you can kind of do various things within GiveSignup, including creating new forms. So here you'll see that we already have the Giving Tuesday form set up, but I'd like to create a new form, and this is going to be specific to what I had mentioned earlier, the National Parks and Recreation Month. So it's important that we are taking advantage of the fact that there's some information out there on National Parks and Recreation Month. We want to make sure everybody knows that every town square is one of those national parks, and we can highlight that by changing the name of the form and naming it with National Parks and Recreation Month. And for the purposes of today, I'm going to leave the donations accepting today, but you could make it so that you're only allowing donation for National Parks and Recreation Month in the month of July. And this is nice because you might want to see exactly, gather a little bit of interest, make it a call to action. There's only 1 month a year for National Parks and Recreation Month, and we're going to drive our supporters to really kind of hone in and support us during this important month. As you can see, you can customize your URL to what best fits your needs. We do have the option to enable tribute information. So this means that if someone were to make a donation on behalf of somebody else, for example, I made one, in honor of my grandmother, you can turn this on and then collect information about that person. And then that will allow the nonprofit to send my grandma a note that says, you know, your beautiful, smart, wonderful granddaughter made a donation on your behalf. And, you know, you should give her a call and tell her how great she is. Something like that. So, but this is a really nice option to, again, further hone in with your supporters, enable some tribute information, and continue to best serve your supporters. This is also customizable, the text that allows you to ask your donations to cover the processing fee, and this can be updated to anything that you'd like. We're gonna leave it as make your donation go further by covering the processing fee, really easy. And in this case, for a donation form for the month of July, I'm actually only gonna allow for one-time donations. I just want to create a little bit of a sense of urgency throughout the month of July to make a donation for the Parks and Recreation Month. And I'm gonna update the messaging so that it is customized to what we're trying to achieve, which is driving donations to every town square for National Parks and Recreation Month. This is the part where I mentioned the redirect. It's super customizable so that you can offer your supporters some customized content when they have made a donation to your page. In this case, I'm gonna add in a YouTube link that is the top 25 best national parks in the US because every town square is featured there. And I want my supporters to continue to realize how important it is to help our national parks. I'm also gonna change up the logo with this tree to further highlight the National Parks Month mission. And in this case, you know, I'm gonna do away with the designations. I just want this to be this really clear, concise message that you're making a donation to National Parks Month. I'm gonna up the donation amounts because I have a higher goal for this campaign. And I'm gonna change it so that hopefully we're driving more people to make even bigger donations in this case. Again, I'm gonna kind of update these details to keep it really clean and really concise to make sure I'm driving my point home. And you can see that took maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, this is because I already did this. So we're just gonna update our donation form. And then you can click here and see that this has been updated immediately for National Parks and Recreation Month with the customized donation levels, only allowing for one time. I'm gonna do $125 on behalf of myself this time. Again, this offers the processing fee. So, you know, we've kind of gone over exactly what this looks like, but you can just see how easy and quick it is to customize this to make it even more, you know, manageable for your supporters and something that they feel really great about contributing to. And then this Learn More button will take you to the video on the top 25 national parks. So, you know, as you can see, this is a really simple, easy way to drive donations and save money without having to incur any kind of recurring fees or upfront costs, and you can build a donation form specific to your nonprofit in a matter of minutes. I think that's pretty much all I have as far as donation forms are concerned for today. I know Elizabeth and some of the other members are on the line now with the team to see if there might be any additional questions or information that people are looking for.
If anyone has any questions, you can leave them in the chat box on your GoToWebinar control panel. For me, it comes up on the right side of my screen, but I don't know if that's true for everyone else. So if you have any questions, you can leave them there. Amanda, maybe you can show us, let me think of something you can show us while people are leaving their questions.
Well, one thing I show was just explaining how you can get the customizable themes.
I know that was what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I realized I kind of meant to mention that. So I know I highlighted a lot how important it is to bring over your nonprofit's theme. So we have this really nice ability to use one of our kind of auto-generated color schemes, or you can add your own. And the way that you do that is by bringing in your custom color from your nonprofit that everybody has. And you can just use these codes to make sure that this is 100% on brand for your nonprofit.
Yeah, you can use like a hex code generator thing to get the numbers and letters for your hex code for your colors from your website or whatever, and then just paste them in here, and that way it'll match, which is really nice if you are linking to your donation form from your website or something, because that's where you would want it to look like it was all part of one website. You could also show them, we obviously aren't going to set this up right now, where they would go to add a domain.
Oh yeah, okay.
So this is something that you would have to do. It's under donation website and then web page and then domains. This is something that you would have to do from the donation website dashboard. So it's not specific to one form or anything, but you could add this to your donation website, and then you could use that domain for your donation form. And then you would just have the extension, the end of that donation form would be attached to this domain. So if you entered mynonprofit.org / whatever the end part of your donation form link is, that would point to your donation form. So that's another way to make it look like it's all attached and it's all part of one website. So this is where you would add that. And it's a pretty simple setup process. And it's free.
Awesome, thanks.
It doesn't look like we have any other questions. We will send out a follow-up email later today, closer to the end of the day probably, because I have to make one, with links to the recording of this presentation and Amanda's slides, and then maybe also this example website in case someone wants to look at the form that she created. So thanks for joining us today. Our next GiveSignup webinar is on October 22nd, and we're going to be doing ticket events with Chris. So that's our next one.
Get excited.
Yeah, it's Chris, so it'll be entertaining.
Yeah, we're gonna continue we're gonna continue to up the ante with his antics on these webinars. So that'll.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks so much for joining. Bye.